So guess what? I am here to answer some questions that were sent to me by one of my subscribers, and so I know I talk about a lot of stuff in my videos. Like y'all just ramble and go from one subject to the next to the next. I always like when I get messages from my subscribers that you know rather it's where they want to remain anonymous in their questions or whatever. But it always keeps me on track of what people are interested in hearing me talk about. So here are some of the questions, and I'm going to read the questions and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to answer them. So one was, how do you feel about the amount of reborn moms and dads in the community? Two, do you ever find it unfair that some people get dolls and hold onto them for years and years, thereby keeping a baby completely out of circulation? And three, do you ever find it impossible to come across a new baby because of the lack of circulation of some babies? And four, how do you feel about Babyclon and their newfound spot in the light with people all over the world just now discovering their avatar babies, considering their past as sculpt thieves? Do you find it annoying that all of a sudden people who've made fun of the reborn community for years and now so excited about the reborn simply because it's an avatar, and that Babyclon is benefiting from a stolen sculpt? And it just says, if you find that you like to address these questions, I really enjoy watching your input. So the first question, I'm gonna go back to it, is how do I feel about all the reborn moms and dads in the community? I think it's really great that we are expanding and that so many people are accepting our hobby and that they don't are getting into it. However, I do feel that a lot of newbies come in and they do kind of shake things up because they don't know the flow of things and stuff like that. And sometimes I feel like sometimes they can add good to it and sometimes they can take away. Because I've seen where new people come in the community and pick our hobby apart, and then I see where new people come in the community and they add so much spunk to things, and because they haven't been burned yet, they're just so full of passion and love and joy, and that adds to the community. So I'm really happy about the growth of the reborn mommy and daddy community, and the fact that I'm seeing more guys into it is really encouraging, because that just shows that the world is changing, and being able to be free with whatever they feel. Now, like anything in the world, like when you go to a new job or you start school for the first day, you're gonna find people that you're gonna vibe with, and you're gonna find people that you don't vibe with, and you're gonna find those people that you're gonna be like, oh, I don't want to have no parts of that. So, and then you're gonna find those people that you find intriguing because they're kind of messy and stuff, but you're kind of like, I'm gonna stay away, but I'm gonna watch them because they're real funny, because they're making themselves look like a real fool. So we all have those kind too. So I know a lot of people don't like to admit that, but it is what it is. So yeah, so that's how I feel about that. And then do you ever feel it's unfair that some people get dolls and hold on to them for years and years without putting them back in circulation? Wow, that question just made my eyes like pop, because it's like people are complaining about people selling babies a lot and stuff like that, or you hold on to a baby for a while and then you sell it, and it's like people are like, oh my god, I was really attached to that baby, why did you sell it? And here's somebody saying, hey, do you think it's unfair that people hold on to these babies? Because I want to get a chance to own that baby. I want to hope one day that this baby goes up on the market for sale. So if it just shows that people think so differently, and not in a bad way. Like, that is awesome. When I read that, I was like, wow. So it is some people out there probably saying, oh, I hope she do sell Serena so that I can get her, or so on and so forth. Now, I have to say though, With these being collectibles and stuff like that, I think the when it depends on what type of collector you are. Some people are true collectors, and the collect and with collecting, you typically normally hold on to those items like forever because think about it. They're usually priceless. They're usually like a one of a kind, and you know that it's very rare that you will find that piece again. So normally you hold on to it for generations and generations and generations in any other hobby except for our dolls. Our dolls seem to be the exception piece to where we want to see new dolls and we circulate them. So I actually admire people that can hold on to a doll forever and not have the desire to want to let it go. And I'm really trying to become that type of collector to where I only collect dolls that I can love a lifetime. If that sounds, you know, if that makes sense to you guys. So that's how I feel about that. And I'm trying to go as fast as I can with these questions. And then, do you ever feel it's impossible to get a baby because of the lack of circulation? And yeah, I felt like that for a long time about Zen. Jen by Claire Teller. I wanted that doll for a long time, and it was a black doll that she did version of that doll, and I really wanted that doll so bad, but I never saw that doll anywhere. I never saw it show up anywhere, and still to this day. Sorry, my alarm went off. But yeah, so till this day, I still haven't seen the Jen by Claire Taylor show up. At this point, I'm over that because I've had Kingston, and he kind of fulfilled that void that I was looking for. My suggestion to that, I don't know, like, I know artists don't like for us to reach out to them like that, but sometimes I'm like, it doesn't hurt to take a chance. But make sure when you reach out to an artist for a baby that you really, really want, that at that time you already have the funds ready and available in case they say, you know what, yeah, I got one sitting in my living room, I'll sell to you. You know what I mean? So, don't contact them with an empty pocket because, of course, then that just kind of annoys them. And the next time when you do message them, they may just ignore you because they're like, they just want to talk, So anyway, yeah, so I know what you feel about the new baby. And not only that, it's just that it just seems like there's like a lack of good quality new babies out, sometimes. I mean, it's a lot of beautiful Caucasian babies out. And I know we beat this topic to death, and it's a lot of ethnic babies out there, but are they, realistic to color and to detail? I would have to say no. It's very, far and in between that you find that one that really hits the spot for you. So, and everybody have their different preference. So what might hit the spot for me may not hit the spot for you, because the type of babies in your family may look one way and the type of babies in my family may look another way. So what's realistic to me may not be realistic to you. So keep that in mind. So yeah, so I'm going to move along. These are great questions. How do you feel about Babyclon in a new spot? And so I'm going to take number 4 and number 5 and wrap that in together as far as the recognition that the Babyclon has gotten over time. Actually, they were recognized at the doll show, at the Rose Doll Show. They won like an award for a stolen sculpt. I mean, and later to find out that the sculpt was, stolen. I want to say this, and I can't really go into great detail because I'm not going to be able to, like pull out facts, and I'm not going to want to call out other names and stuff like that. Gosh, because I don't want to be crucified for it. But I want to say this, that Babyclon is not the first set of people that have stolen sculpts and that use other people's sculpts to create, new dolls or whatnot. In fact, there are some sculptors right now today that you would not believe, but if you ever really take a close look at their dolls, and you'll see how similar they are to other dolls, you will notice that they have actually, copied other sculptors. So it's not the first, and I'm not excusing it. I would not support Babyclon at all. However, when they first came out, a lot of people did not know. I mean, They absolutely did not know that they were stolen sculpts, and a lot of people bought them. So I don't look down on them, for having the dolls in their collection. Their prices were great. They did have some cool features. The drinking wet, their little bobblenecks, was pretty cool. I wasn't particular fond of the painting style that they had, or even the fact of the way the limbs were awkward and unrealistic to form, in my opinion. To me, they're not a high quality doll. But to when you can't afford, much more, or you're looking for a great bargain, it draw people to them. And now with this whole avatar thing, yeah, it's just like they've blown up, and so people are still secretly buying from them, and people are, new people that's new to the community, have no clue about thieving and all that, are buying from them now. So I mean, it's just the luck of the beast. The devil has to reward his people too. No offense, and I don't know why I said that, but anyway, I do know why I said it, but I should probably, well, anyway, I'm not editing it out. So moving right along. So yeah, I do not support them. I really hate that, it's someone like them gaining all the recognition versus some of these artists that really truly, sculpts, and, get in there and, put their hard work into something, and then they don't even get recognized for it. That's the sad part. That's what I don't like. And I don't like the fact that people buy these dolls, and then when they get ready to sell them, they can't sell them. They practically, I mean, people paid like $1,500, $1,700, $1,800 for a doll. Waited almost a whole year. Get the doll, don't really care for it, or like it a little bit, but not that much. Want to sell it, and they have to sell it for like $600, $700. I mean, it's not worth it to invest in them, but it's it's kind of, I feel bad for the people that didn't know and bought them. So that's how I feel about that. Great questions. Anybody else that, feel free. I mean, I got this request through Facebook. I get other messages through YouTube and Facebook Messenger. On Facebook is great for me. It's the easiest way to get a response from me, the fastest way for me to be able to read everything. However, I do check my YouTube messages. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, requests, or anything, topics that you want me to talk about, and I'm not afraid of going into hard topics, and there are some things that I will talk about, and there's very few things that I won't talk about, but yeah. So if you have any requests like this, I mean, I don't know if she wants to remain anonymous, so I'm not gonna call her name out, but I thank her, and I thank her in in the message as well. But these were great questions, and in fact, when I get a little bit more time, maybe we can dive even deeper into some of this stuff, because this is really good. So in fact, why don't we just make it a tag if you want? Maybe you guys can. I'll just copy the part of this into the subscription bar, and guys, you answer this question about how do you feel about this stuff. How about that? Let's do this tag at a viewer's request, so that this viewer can see what everybody else in the community think about it. How about that? I think that would be great. So see you guys until the next time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this video, and comment below. And yeah, love you guys. Bye bye.